There's a reason why some men walk into a room and immediately pull women into their orbit without saying much, without flexing wealth or charm. And it's not magic. It's not genetics. It's not some secret seduction code passed down by ancient philosophers. It's presence, stillness, and the ability to ask the right question at the right time. Because while most men chase women with compliments, jokes, and forced small talk, high-value men understand one timeless truth. If you want her attention, you don't try to impress her. You invite her to reveal herself. Think about this. Most women are used to being looked at, admired for their beauty, complimented on their appearance. But how often are they truly seen? How often are they asked questions that reach beneath the surface? Questions that make them pause, smile, tilt their head slightly and say, "H, no one's ever asked me that before." That moment, that pause is everything. It's the doorway to intrigue. It's how you create tension without touching. It's how you earn respect without raising your voice. And it's how you plant the seed of desire in her subconscious, without ever talking about desire at all. You see, attraction isn't just physical, it's psychological. A woman becomes drawn to a man when she feels safe to express free, to open up and curious about who he really is. And that kind of connection, it starts not with a compliment, but with a question. But not just any question. These 6 questions are crafted to spark thought, open emotional windows, and make her feel something different in your presence, something rare, something magnetic. So if you're tired of conversations that go nowhere, if you're done being the guy who's forgettable, and you're ready to be the man who leaves a lasting impression on a woman's mind, not just her phone screen, then keep watching. Because by the end of this video, you'll have 6 psychological keys that unlock a woman's attention, stir her curiosity, and light a fire that polite conversation never could. Let's begin. Every man has at some point stood across from a woman he admired. Heart steady voice, calm, yet his mind racing. What do I say to keep her interested? He wants to connect. Not just flirt, connect. He wants to be memorable. Not just in the moment, but in the afterglow. When she lies awake at night, replaying the conversation in her mind, wondering what it was about him that felt different. The truth is, most men approach women like salesmen, pitching, persuading, performing, and in doing so they unknowingly step into the same box. Every other man has already stood in, predictable, polished, shallow. But not you. You're not here to impress her with surface charm. You're here to invite her essence forward. Because the man who can pull her mind out of autopilot, who can bypass the scripts she's heard 1,000 times, that's the man she remembers. That's the man she wonders about. That's the man who earns her respect and her desire. So how do you do that? You don't do it by flexing. You don't do it by reciting facts about yourself. You do it by doing something no other man dares to do. You ask her the kind of questions that unlock her. Because a powerful question doesn't just start a conversation, it creates a feeling. It shows depth. It signals a man of intention, presence, and psychological strength. And when a woman senses that in you, when she feels emotionally safe but mentally challenged, you become irresistible. You're no longer just another guy in her inbox. You become the exception. The slow burn spark she didn't expect, but suddenly can't ignore. In this video, I'm going to give you 6 of those rare questions. They're subtle, elegant, disarming, and they are rooted in psychological frameworks that create instant attraction, not by manipulating her emotions, but by awakening them. These aren't interview questions. They're not corny pickup lines. They're crafted to make her lean in, lower her guard, and open a door in her mind that most men will never get close to. So if you're the kind of man who values depth over gimmicks, connection over control, presence over performance, stay with me, because the moment you ask these questions, with poise, with stillness, and with quiet confidence, she'll feel something shift. She'll feel something real. Let's begin. Question 1. What's something you used to believe that you no longer do? This isn't just a conversation starter. It's a gateway into her personal evolution. When you ask a woman this question, you're subtly saying, I want to know how life has shaped you, not just what you believe, but how you've changed. Most men stay surface level, but this question taps into something rare. Introspection. It forces her to pause and reflect on how her worldview has shifted. Maybe because of heartbreak, betrayal, growth, or even a spiritual awakening. It makes you more than a man. It makes you a mirror, and women crave men who can reflect their depth. Ask this when the conversation is calm and unhurried. And when she answers, don't rush in. Let the silence stretch. Let her feel safe to go deeper. She'll remember that moment. Because most people talk to be heard, but you ask to understand. Question 2. When do you feel most alive? This question bypasses logic and dives straight into emotion. You're asking her about energy, passion, the thing that lights a fire in her soul. Her answer might surprise you. It might be dancing in the kitchen barefoot, or being completely lost in a book, or sitting in silence under the stars. Whatever it is, you'll discover where her soul breathes. And once she tells you that, she starts associating you with that feeling of aliveness. That's how attraction grows, through shared emotional anchors. And here's the stoic twist. You're not asking to manipulate her. You're asking because you're genuinely curious about what moves her. And when a man leads her into that kind of reflection, she doesn't forget him. Question 3. If nothing was holding you back, no fear, no money, no judgment, what would you do tomorrow? This is a fantasy question with real-world consequences. You're handing her a blank canvas. You're saying, show me the version of you the world never sees. Every woman has suppressed dreams, and when you give her space to talk about them, you're not just a man anymore. You're a safe escape. She'll feel liberated in your presence. And emotional freedom creates emotional attraction. This one works best in moments of vulnerability, maybe after a deep conversation or a glass of wine. Look her in the eyes when you ask this. Let her know you're not judging. You're listening, because most men offer opinions, but you offer permission. Question 4. What kind of love do you think you deserve? This one is dangerous but powerful. It can either make her retreat or completely open up. You're not just asking about love. You're asking about self-worth. You'll see right away how she values herself, how past relationships have shaped her, and whether she's ever truly felt cherished. If she says, I don't know, or I've never thought about that, don't correct her. Don't rescue her. Just look at her with calm, unshaken eyes and let her reflect. Women are used to men who chase them for their body. But when a man seeks to know her heart, it shakes her in the best way possible. Question 5. What's something you wish more people understood about you? This is where connection deepens, because every woman, no matter how confident she looks, feels misunderstood in some way. This question allows her to show you her invisible scars, her quiet brilliance, her hidden layers. She might say, people think I'm cold, but I'm really just protective of my heart. Or, I seem outgoing, but I get drained fast. Whatever it is, she's revealing a secret truth, a part of her most people don't earn access to. And because you asked now, you become the one she associates with emotional safety. This is attraction at its most powerful. Not loud, not flashy, but deeply personal. Question 6. If you could tell your younger self one thing, what would it be? This is not a question. It's a portal. You're inviting her to travel through time emotionally, to comfort a version of herself that still lives inside her. You'll hear stories, regrets, triumphs, and when she speaks, you'll see not just the woman in front of you, but the girl she used to be. And here's the secret. When a woman feels like a man sees all of her, the past, present, and potential, she bonds on a level most men never reach. You are no longer just a man she spoke to. You become a chapter in her healing. Each of these questions holds power, but only when asked with stillness, presence, and sincerity. Ask not to impress her, ask to understand her. And when you do, you'll become unforgettable. Not because of your looks, your money, or your charm, but because you were the only man who made her feel fully seen. So here's the truth most men will never realize. It's not the flashy car, the perfect smile, or the scripted pickup line that makes a woman feel truly drawn to you. It's presence depth. The kind of calm, unwavering masculinity that isn't loud, but is unforgettable. The kind that listens with full attention, the kind that looks her in the eye and asks questions that no one else dares to ask. Because when you ask these 6 questions, you aren't just talking. You're guiding her on a journey, a psychological unfolding of her truest self. And by doing that, you become the man tied to that. Self-revelation. That's the power of masculine stillness paired with emotional intelligence. That's the power of the Stoic paradox, but here's where it gets real. These questions aren't tricks, they aren't hacks, they are doors, and the moment you ask them, you better be ready for what's on the other side. Because if she opens up, you must be steady, present, stoic, because women aren't attracted to men who want them. They're drawn to men who understand them, even when they don't fully understand themselves. And when she realizes that your words don't just touch her mind, but echo in her heart, she'll think of you when she's alone. She'll remember your questions when she's staring out the window long after the conversation ends. She'll wonder why you made her feel so alive, so understood, so safe. And the answer won't be some dramatic gesture. It will be the still grounded masculine. You, the man who chose to ask something deeper. Now here's your next step, and it's simple. Checkmark, rewatch this video. Write down each of these 6 questions. Pick the right moment. Not to impress her, but to invite her, and then say less. Let her speak and just be there. And if you found value in what we explored today, in the psychology, the subtlety, the real human connection, then subscribe to Stoic Paradox, because here we don't chase women. We understand them, and through that understanding, we become men worth chasing. Until next time, stay calm, stay grounded, stay rare.